and ragazita, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this extremely small, comfy and cozy beauty space where we just talk about beauty. But today's video is gonna be one of my favorite kind of videos to watch and to film, which is gonna be my first impression and swatches on the new Natasha Denona palette. This one is the Dreamy, my dream. I know everyone on YouTube has already a video about it, but what I am sadly noticing is that people don't do swatches or matter. They don't do live swatches anymore, and which makes me sad, because from the way a shadow swatch I can tell if I like the texture, if I like, you know, I can see just from seeing the way it swatch out if I like the shadow formula or not, or if it's a different formula that I am used to. So it's kind of sad that no one do this anymore, but don't worry, I did it, and I compared this palette to some of my Natasha Denona colors that I already have in my collection. Of course I don't have all the Natasha palette, but I have almost all the midis. I am just missing on the pastel one, because I am still like, should I buy it? Should I don't? Is it worth for someone with my skin tone buy such expensive pastel palette? Should I? Should I don't? I maybe will wait for a sale, you know, Black Friday, something like that, and then I will see if it's worth it to add it on my collection, or if it's not. To be honest, I have kind of a collector mindset, so I maybe just buy because it's the only one that is missing on my midi Natasha Denona palettes. Yeah. By the way, today's video is gonna be all about this one, and in the end of the video you're gonna see a really fast first impression tutorial doing this look here, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me your likes if you really enjoy swatches, and leave me a comment down below. Keep on watching! Okay, so first of all, let's see the packaging. The packaging is this beige packaging here, and the sleeve is exactly the same as the palette. I personally really enjoy this packaging. I feel that it's a way much more elegant than, for example, the gold one. The gold one, it's a really nice packaging, but let's talk about the colors inside. This is the color story, as you already saw all over the internet. To me, it's like a modern take into your neutral palette with the pop of a multi-chrome and some berries here. This palette contains 6 pressed powder, 2 cream to matte, 1 multi-chrome, 2 metallics, 2 sparkling duochrome, 1 high shine metallic and 1 satin. So let's see her color description. The first color is the shade Blackest Black, which is a matte intense black, and it's in the formula color matte. It isn't as intense when you swatch it as I was anticipated, but yeah, it's one of those black that probably needs to be built on. Then we got the shade Aspiration, which is a dark penny. It's a matte dark penny brown. It's a color matte as well as formula. The shade Serenity, it's a satin medium cool brown. This kind of color creates the most beautiful everyday smoky eye. Then we got the shade Carpe Diem, which is a color matte as formula, and it's described as a matte medium dusty peach. I love this color. It's a really unique kind of neutral shade, if you will. It's like a peachy brown, it's like a terracotta peachy shade. It's a really nice color. Then we got the first exciting shade in my opinion, which is the shade Babies, and it's described as a metallic light medium rosy nude, and it's a metallic formula. I love her metallic formula. It looks really wet, and honestly I do enjoy it so much. Then we get the color Instinct, which is a cream powder matte medium fuchsia. To me, this one is way much more than your classic fuchsia. It's almost like a muted berry fuchsia shade. Then we got the color that honestly I was the most exciting to see in real life, which is the shade Thrill. And Thrill, it's a sparkling metallic golden nude duochrome with pink shift, and it's a duochrome sparkly as formula. This one is like your interesting neutral shade. Then we got the shade Unity, which is a matte medium light pink nude, and it's a color matte as formula. Nothing crazy, it's just a peachy shade, really nice as transition. The next color is the shade Risk, which is a metallic medium maroon shade, and it's described as a metallic. Honestly, to me this one looks more like of a satin shade than an actually metallic. I'm gonna say that this shade that they described as satin looks way much more metallic than the shade that they described as metallic. The color next to it, it's a really intense looking shade. It looks really different, and is the shade Invention. And Invention is described as a sparkling metallic tangerine duochrome with bronze and gold sparkles. It's a duochrome sparkle shade. This shadow has a lot of texture, and yeah, it's a really nice color. It's one of those textured colors from Natasha Denona that try to age you up. You really need to take care when you're using this color on your lid. Into the next row, we start with the only multi-chrome from the palette, which is the shade Vision. It's described as a multi-chrome that shift of green, pink, nude and gold. This is gonna be a bit to capture on camera. I did my best. I don't know if I succeed, but this was me trying to show you the multi-chrome in the shade Vision. The next color is the shade Edgy, which is a cream powder matte. It's described as a medium dark eggplant. Then we got the shade Spontaneous, which is a metallic light pearl nude. Nice inner corner shade, right? Then we got the shade Nurture, which is a matte medium cool nude, and it's a color matte. Yeah, it's the classic taupey shade. It's really similar to my skin tone, so you may have some difficulties to see it. And the last color of this beautiful palette, it's the shade Familia, which is a matte medium caramel brown and spot on. Yeah, by the way, this is the color story. And yeah, it's like your neutral, it's like your modern neutral palette. Let's see some shade comparison, shall we? The first palette that I'm gonna compare some colors with is the palette Retro from Natasha Denona. I don't own all the Natasha Denona. I don't own a lot, I own some. So bear with me, we're gonna work with what we have here, okay? So this is the Retro palette. It's one of my favorites. This is my kind of neutral, and you're gonna see why. I love pink. Yeah, there is no mystery in this one. Maybe the shades that can actually compare, it's Instinct side by side with the shade Grove. They are the same formula, but the one in the Dreamy palette is more warm and pinkier. Let's swatch Rebellion as well, because to me they could be similar, but Rebellion it's way much more red. I picked the worst place ever to swatch. Okay, so here we have Rebellion, Instinct and Groove, and you can see they are not the same, but they are really similar. I don't know if I'm gonna say they are dupes, but they are similar. They are in the same family, you know? Let's swatch the shade Edgy close to the shade Groove as well. So here we have Edgy, Groove, Instinct and Rebellion. Okay, so they are not the same. They are similar, not the same at all. I don't know, because Carpe Diem, can you see Carpe Diem looks really similar to this one here, but in the pan you can see that Carpe Diem it's warmer, it's peachier than the shade Go Go here. Let's just swatch just to see, and it's different formulas as well. I am stained, so let's swatch it here. Can you see they are not the same? The one in the retro palette it's way much more pinkier than the one in the Natasha Denona. They are similar enough. I feel that depending on your skin tone you can use them. You can use one or the other. It's gonna make not too much of a difference. Depends always on your skin tone, because the deeper you get, the more undertones are important. So yeah, this for a person with a deeper skin tone, they're gonna be completely different. With for a person with a lighter skin tone, they will probably look pretty much the same. Oh, let's compare the shade Babies, which is this stunning metallic shade here. Yeah, it's a metallic rose gold, and let's compare it with, first of all we're gonna compare Glitz, which is my favorite from this palette. And you can see Glitz, it's way much more lighter and baby pinkier. It's not the same, even though I have in the pan they either look the same. Maybe looking just in the pan, maybe the closer one is the shade Helio, just from the pan. Let me just swatch it here. And yeah, Helio, it's way much more similar, but the one in the My Dream palette it's warmer. Swatch the shade Psychedelic as well, but I feel that Psychedelic is an all other thing. Maybe not. Let me swatch it here closer. This one it's again Babies. I am just swatching closer to see. Yeah, again, it's a warmer. They are really similar in color and in texture, but the one in the My Dream palette it's warmer. This one is the shade Serenity, and then in the retro is the shade Jude and Serenity. They are not the same. Let's compare some browns here. So let's compare maybe these two colors here are kind of similar, but I can already see in the pan that the one in My Dream it's purplier in undertone than the one in the retro, and the formula it's completely different. My Dream and retro. Let's swatch the shade Risk here, close to the shade Go Go and close to Amara. So here we go. We got Risk, and you can see Risk. It's a satin shade with, it's like a rusty red. And then we got the shade Go Go here, and it's way much more pinkier. And then we got the shade Amara. Let's put it closer here. again, not, they are similar, but they are different in formula, different in texture, different in color. They are similar but not the same, at least in my opinion. I am struggling, guys, to see more dupes than this one, so let's go to the next palette. Okay, so if there is some color that you're gonna see compared, please let me know down below. I can do like an Instagram post or something, let me know. Okay, now let's compare the My Dream palette with the Glam palette. I won't be reading the name of this palette here because no, my eye, it's already gone in the shade, I don't know, I kind of want to compare the shade Inner Corner with the shade Trails, but we already know they are not the same because this one here, it's a duochrome, and the one in the Glam palette, it isn't a duochrome. You can see this, and again, the one in the My Dream palette, it's way much more warmer. Of course it's warmer, it's a gold, and this one is more of a taupey shade. They are similar, not the same, and you will not end up with the same look. For example, let's compare this color here in the center of the My Glam palette with the shade Ambitious here. Again, different formula, so yeah. You can already see here from my finger, the one in My Dreamy, it's way much more warmer. Shade Serenity with the second color here in the Glam palette, and you can see the texture is completely different. And again, the one in My Dream palette, it's warmer. It's beautiful, but it's warmer. And let's compare with this color here as well. Okay. Ooh. Again, different. You can see neutral, and we're gonna compare it with this color here, and yeah, but you can already see the one in the Glam, it's way much more deeper. It's deeper in color than the one in My Dream palette. The one in My Dream palette, it's more of a, yeah, it's your classic transition neutral shade. Okay, so from the way this palette it's built up, you can see that I do prefer my warm tones, and this one here is the bronzy palette, and again the My Dream palette. And there are some dupes, maybe the only actual dupe that I see between these two palettes are these two colors here, which is the shade Suntan in the bronze palette and the shade Familia in the My Dream palette. And they are not the same. Okay, Suntan, here we go. You can see it's way much more orangier. Let me build it up a little bit more so you can see a little bit better. Yeah, this one is the one in the bronze, and this one is the one in the My Dream. They are not the same. They look really similar when it comes to the palm, but they are not the same. Let's compare with the shade Morgana here, the shade here in the middle, always from the bronze. You can see they are similar, but the one in the My Dream palette, it's a little bit more orangier in undertone. No, to me there is no other color. Maybe you can say that this color here, it's really similar to this one here, but again, this one here, it's a duochrome, so it will never be similar to this one here, that it's an extremely textured shade. This one here, it's an orange bronze shade, and all these ones here are true yummy bronzers shades. Trust me, in this one here, there is not a lot of similarity. But let's see it close to one of my favorite pink palettes in my collection. This one is the Love. Unfortunately, this one is discontinued, but listen, this one was around for like 4-5 years, so if you don't have it, it's because you don't want it, and if you don't want it, you should not be want it again now, okay? So yeah, I feel that they are, maybe here we have something. Let's swatch the shade Lifetime closer to the shade Thrilled here. No, they are not the same. You can already see on my finger. Oh my god, this is, oh my goodness, I love this color. And this one is the one in the major. Oh no, they are not the same. They look similar in the pan from my point of view with this light, but no, they are not the same by any means. They are so different. I feel kind of stupid for swatching them closer. Maybe the inner corner highlighter here, maybe the shade Transparent is similar to the shade Spontaneous here. Not again, not the same. You can see the ones in the Love palette are way much more peachier looking than the ones in the My Dream palette. No, they are, no. Maybe the shade Commitment, it's closer, in formal it's closer to the shade Edgy here. I do love this sound, I don't know why, I may have some mental problem. No, again, they are not the same. This one is the one in the My Dream palette, and this one is the one in the Love palette. Look this color, and people wanna tell me that the cream matte powder formula dries down with time. No, they don't. Okay, not the same by any means, not similar, not the same, not comparable, no. They could work amazingly together, honestly, but I don't feel that they are the same. Not dupes, not at all. Denona and Zendo palette. This palette here makes my heart beat. I love peaches and cool tone greens and blues together, so this palette always make my heart beat. But it's not about the palette, it's about the colors. Let me see, maybe with, let me clean my arm a little bit. I don't see dupes here. Maybe we have similar colors when it comes to Carpe Diem, so let's swatch Carpe Diem here on my arm again. Here you have it, Carpe Diem, and let's compare it to these two colors here from the Zendo palette, Relief and with the shade Calm. Relief and Calm. Relief, sorry, and Calm. And you can see the shade Relief, it's way much more brighter and peachier than the shade Carpe Diem, and this one is just lighter. There is no, they are not even in this, they are in the same family, but they are not all that similar as shades. Similar colors, Babies and Scents, but they are similar colors, but they are completely different. No, I cannot see any other dupe here. Maybe, no, I cannot say the shade Familia with this color here, but you can already see just in the pan that the shade Familia, it's way much lighter and warmer than this color here. Sunrise, lovely, and there is some similarities here. Maybe I see some similarities. Let's see. Maybe the shade Overcoming with again the shade Babies. It's Overcoming and then babies. The one in the Sunrise palette, it's way much more peachier. I cannot see dupes, guys. I'm sorry, there is no dupes in this one here. They are completely different, and I will say that they could work really well together, because let's be honest, a neutral palette will work with pretty much everything. The last comparison that we're gonna do today is with my Metropolis palette, my first ever Natasha Denona. Maybe the color Familia here, it's similar to this color here, which is a shade Antique. No, they are not the same. Antique and Familia. They are similar but not the same. Oh, I cannot see. Maybe let's just compare the only orange shade that we have here, which is this color here, which is a bronzy orangey shade, and this color here. You can see they are completely different. No. Maybe let me just compare it as well, the shade Celeste and Claret, no, and Risk. They are three similar color, but in three extremely different textures. They are not the same. And so what? Is the Natasha Denona My Dream palette this unique? No, it isn't this unique, but honestly there is no color that is exactly the same. They could be different in undertone and in texture. They are not the exact same. They are not dupes. They are similar. Is it still worth it? To me it is, because when you have a little bit of a darker skin tone, it's just important. When you have a tan skin tone, undertones means a lot, because different undertones blend in different ways, and different ways of blending means different eye looks. It really doesn't matter when you have a skin that is like mine or deeper, okay? If you are like my skin tone, undertones means a lot. And yeah, now I'm gonna let you with the eye tutorial. First impression part of this video. Let me know down below what you thought about the comparison, and if you still wanna buy this palette or if you already have it. Okay, so let's start with the eye. Let's play with this baby here a little bit. And this is honestly, this is the first time you see me using it, but it's not my first time, because I already filmed this video and then I didn't like the way it came out, so I was like, okay, so let's redo it. So this is why it's not my first time. Right away, you already know I need my primer. I am using this one here from Louise. This one is the Rumors number 02. I like to put a drop in my inner corner and in my lower lash line as well. The first brush I'm gonna use is gonna be this one here, which is the Refer number 15. It's like a really fluffy blending brush, because I wanna just do a wash out of the shade Carpe Diem into my crease, and I'm gonna place the color all over my crease without being too careful. It's just a wash of color into my crease. Now I'm gonna grab my Sigma E27, and this brush here, it's the classic oval shade brush with a fluffier tip, and I'm gonna grab the shade Instinct, and I'm gonna place this color all over my lid. The cream to powder formula by Natasha Denona, it's really easy to build up and really easy, in my opinion, to blend. Keep a Q-tip closer to you when you're doing your eye makeup. You never know, and it can be so helpful. Now I'm gonna come back with the shade Carpe Diem, and I'm gonna place it on my crease. Now I'm gonna grab a synthetic shader brush, And I will grab the color Vision, this beautiful multi-chrome down here. I'm gonna wet my brush, maybe, and place this color in the middle of my eye. And then blend what's left on my brush to the sides as well. Try to keep in the extreme inner corner and outer corner without any eyeshadow. I love this multi-chrome. It's so smooth. It's full of effect without being, you know, too much, without being too textured. It really adds an extremely nice pop to your eye. Now I'm gonna grab one of my favorite brush, which is the Sigma E33, which is this extremely small blended brush, and we're gonna add the Blackest Black, which is the name of the eyeshadow, not my opinion, just hers. And now I'm placing that color in the inner corner and then in the outer corner as well. Keeping it closer to the lashes, not going too high into my crease. Then I'm gonna come back with the brush with a little bit of Instinct. And I'm gonna clean the edges. And Carpe Diem again. Now I'm gonna grab a pencil brush. This one is a pencil brush from Zoeva. I'm gonna grab the shade Spontaneous, this color here. I'm placing this color just in my inner corner and take it out upwards. And the same color, I'm gonna place it a little bit underneath the arch of my brows. Yeah, I shouldn't do this because I have brows to do, but whatever. Right now I'm gonna grab this angle brush here and I'm gonna try to draw a line in my eyes. So with the color Blackest Black, I'm gonna just grab it in the tip of my brush and I'm gonna try to draw a line here in my inner corner and then bring it here to my lashes. Same color, same technique in the outer V. Now I'm gonna grab the shade Edgy here, and with this kind of brush here, which is an extremely small brush, I'm gonna grab this color just at the tip of my brush and I'm gonna place this color really close to my lower lashes. Now I'm gonna clean the brush. And with this same brush, I'm gonna grab the color, this shade here, which is the shade Invention here. Gonna use it wet. Just grab it, the color with the tip of my brush. And I'm gonna place this color here in my lower lash line, closer to the inner part of my eye. It's just a ding ding, a touch, you know? Before I put lashes, this is the look with just a mascara, and on my waterline, I mixed these two together here. This one is the Color Pop. This one is in the shade Charmer. And this one is the one from Alice in Wonderland. This one is from Beauty Bay. This one is in the shade Cat Fur. It's beautiful. And I mixed them together into my waterline. I place this one in the outer part and this one more in the middle. Even though I feel that they mix it too much into my waterline. Now I'm gonna put lashes and they're gonna be right back. So this is the final result with the lashes. I'm wearing the House of Lashes, the Siren Flare, which happens to be my favorite. And yeah, what's about the... First of all, let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, so this is the final look, and I have to be honest with you, I am loving this look. It's my personal take in this palette. I know it's probably the most, it's not the most inspiring kind of look, but it's what this palette kind of asks me to do. You know, when you watch this palette, you cannot use some colors. For example, you cannot ignore the shade Vision. As soon as you see it, you're gonna need to wear it. And this is my favorite kind of color, so you know I have to use it. And then, yeah, the rest you know how it is. And And what about the palette? First impression wise, to me it's just look the same amazing Natasha Denona formula, the one that we always had. And from my swatches and my shade comparisons, you see that I do not have a lot of dead-on dupes on this color star here, maybe in other formulas, but in the Natasha Denona formula, these colors are kind of unique to my collection. Of course, they are neutrals, so neutrals are easy to find in other formulas as well, but to me this one is like the best take on the modern neutral, not nude color palette. This is the end of the video. Let me know down below if you already had this palette, if you're still maybe waiting for some sale to buy this palette, and I hope that I inspired you to use not just this palette but maybe something in your collection. But see you soon. Bye bye.